Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are taking a look at Professor Z. This is an Iconics episode where we take a look at some of the most recognizable cars and planes from the Cars and Planes franchises. And I think Professor Z definitely hits that mark as the most iconic, I don't know if he's the most iconic villain from Cars 2. You could argue that it would be Miles X-Rod or even like Grim Eraser. But he is a very big part of that movie, and I did not have him until today. I did have one back when he first came out in 2011 or whatever, and the monocle broke off and never bothered to get another one. I mentioned this in my Tyler Gremlin and Frederick's Basket video, that most of the ones you see on eBay from China are factory customs, so I wanted to get one that was not a factory custom, and here it is. This version was released in a 2-pack with Tyler Gremlin, exclusive to Walmart, apparently. So the only way you could get the Professor Z with this expression was in that 2-pack. They did a lot of different 2-pack expressions, like they would always change up the expression on cars that were released in 2-packs. So that was pretty cool, and that is one of these. So it's not like the Professor Z you are used to seeing, but it is still an official Professor Z diecast from Mattel, just with a different expression. I like this one. He looks just calmer in the actual. On the other one, he's like almost screaming. Of course, you got the monocle. The monocle is a big part of him because that's like a big part of his like brand. Also on the diecast, it breaks off really easily, so I'm not going to really pull on that too hard. You have the Zundap logo on the front hood. That looks like a really applied decal there. You can kind of see how it like sticks out. You have the frowning face. On the side, you have almost like Matchbox wheels. I don't think I have an example like quite right next to me. Let's see if I can pull this over right here. Yeah, it kind of looks like he has Matchbox wheels if you compare the two right there. Also looks kind of like the wheels you would see on like Maryland. If you don't know if you know what those look like off the top of your head, but feel free to go look that up. You have Z250 on the side. On the back you have BAD and GA58. He is made after, or he is like modeled after a real car called the Zundap, and of course the Z stands for Zundap, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's mentioned in the movie. There's your base. It's like a lightish, or it's like a darkish grayish brown color, can't quite tell. Wheels aren't quite black. They're almost like they're once again a very dark gray that kind of sort of matches the base. That decal really is messing with me because I have a another here. I also have the captured Professor Z, which is another release of Professor Z, and you can see there that the decal, you can kind of see the outline, but it's applied much better. It's not a custom, it's just the way Mattel apply the decals. You can see him, he has like hair. They transformed his roof bars into like hair. They have, they're all crooked and some of them are pointing up, so you can kind of see that from the front. He is a 2-color car. He's got like a sea-ish blue-green color. It's not quite green, but it's also not quite blue. It's like a turquoise, and then you also have a dark turquoise that goes around him. The real-life car is basically meant to be symmetrical on the front and back, so you can kind of see that there. Of course, it's a little bit different having to have like a mouth and whatever on the front, but if you like photoshopped like eyes and a mouth on the back side, it would look pretty much the same as an actual Professor Z, more so if you turn to that side so you can't see the monocle that's kind of sticking out there. He's got a little bit of dirt on both of his sides, similar to like both of some of the Lemons. Like here's Tyler Gremlin. You can see he has a bunch of dirt as well, so they added dirt to him with most of the Gremlins. This is to compare him to captured Professor Z again. I mentioned this in my Tyler Gremlin video. Again, this captured Professor Z was exclusive to an 11-pack back in like 2011, 2012, 2013, one of those 3 years. It's from the scene where he is like captured in London. He's got like all the net around him. Very hard to find, very rare, and very forgotten release. If you compare the colors, they all look pretty much the exact same. Can't notice too many differences, of course, apart from the fact that one of them has a net around it, and there's also an expression change. Of course, the single Professor Z looked a little bit more like this expression, but not like quite the same. There it is. It took, was it almost 12 years, but I finally have a Professor Z that is going to stay in the collection for good. That is it for Professor Z in the second episode of Iconics. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.